Right now, you are the only kind of human on Earth. Not the only person, the only kind. Every single one of the 8 billion people alive today is the same species, Homo sapiens. And that feels normal. It feels like the way things have always been. But it isn't. For almost the entire human story, we had company. If you could stand on this planet just 50,000 years ago, a blink in geological time, you would not be alone. You'd share the world with at least 5 other kinds of human. Some looked almost like you. Some were shorter and stronger. One was barely a meter tall, with a brain the size of an orange. They walked, they hunted, they buried their dead, they raised their children. And then, one by one, every last one of them vanished. And left you as the only human standing. So what happened to the other 5? And here's the harder question. Why was it you who made it? Let's actually meet them. 6 kinds of human, all real, all sharing this planet within the same slice of time. There was Homo erectus, the great survivor. The Neanderthals, the ones everybody thinks they know. The Denisovans, a species we almost never found. The tiny people of Flores. Their cousins on the island of Luzon. And then there's us. To understand how we ended up alone, you have to start with the one who was here the longest. Long before we ever showed up. Homo erectus appeared around 2 million years ago. Sit with that number for a second. Everything you think of as human history, every city, every war, every language, every king and every empire, fits inside the last few thousand years. Homo erectus lasted for nearly 2 million. Next to them, our entire civilization is a footnote scribbled in the last page. They were the first to have a body like ours. Long legs, short arms, built to walk and run across open country. They were almost certainly the first humans to leave Africa, spreading into lands they had never evolved for and surviving anyway. They tamed fire. They made stone tools so effective the design barely changed for hundreds of thousands of years. Not because they lacked imagination, but because it simply worked. But even the greatest survivor runs out of road. Their last groups ended up stranded on the island of Java, cut off, with nowhere left to go and forests shrinking around them. Around 110,000 years ago, after outlasting everything the planet threw at them, Homo erectus quietly disappeared. Now, the Neanderthals, the most misunderstood humans who ever lived. For 100 years, we drew them as dumb, hunched, grunting cavemen. That picture was wrong, and every new discovery makes it look worse. Neanderthals were built like nothing alive today. Wide chests, dense bones, arms that could put a modern athlete to shame. Their brains were, on average, slightly bigger than yours. They hunted enormous, dangerous animals up close with spears, in the snow. Their skeletons carry the same injuries you see on rodeo riders. They controlled fire, made glue, wore clothing, and there is real evidence they buried their dead with care. They ruled Europe for over 300,000 years. And then we arrived. When Homo sapiens walked into their world around 45,000 years ago, the two of us lived side by side. And yes, we had children together. Right now, if your family isn't fully African, you are carrying Neanderthal DNA in your body. But sharing a world with us was hard on them. We lived in bigger groups. We traded across huge distances. When one of our bands hit a bad year, help and knowledge could come from far away. Neanderthals lived in small scattered pockets. And small scattered pockets don't recover. Add a swinging Ice Age climate, and their numbers just kept shrinking. By 40,000 years ago, they were gone. Not slaughtered in some great war, simply outlasted. The next species is the strangest because we can barely see them at all. The entire discovery started with a single finger bone pulled from a cave in the mountains of Siberia. One fragment, small enough to sit in your palm. But when scientists read the DNA inside it, it didn't match anyone. Not Neanderthals, not us. It was a whole branch of humanity nobody knew existed. We named them Denisovans, and we still have almost nothing of them. A few teeth, a piece of jaw, that finger. But their genetic ghost is enormous. Denisovan DNA lives on today across Asia and the Pacific. Some communities in New Guinea carry up to 5% of it. People on the Tibetan Plateau inherited a Denisovan gene that lets them breathe at altitudes that would flatten the rest of us. A species we can barely dig out of the ground is still shaping how living humans survive. But as a people, The Denisovans faded out somewhere around 30,000 years ago, a wide, thin population that the shifting world simply swallowed. Then it gets even stranger. In 2003, on the Indonesian island of Flores, researchers found a human unlike anything ever seen. An adult, fully grown, standing about a meter tall with a brain the size of an orange. At first, scientists refused to believe it was a species at all. But the evidence held. This was Homo floresiensis, a tiny human all its own, instantly nicknamed the Hobbit. It shared its island with Komodo dragons and dwarf elephants, and it survived there for a very long time. Islands do this. Cut a population off long enough, and big things shrink and small things grow. Flores turned a human into something new, and they lasted until roughly 50,000 years ago, right about the time modern humans came drifting into the region. And they weren't the only island humans. In 2019, on the island of Luzon in the Philippines, a sixth kind of human stepped out of the dark, Homo luzonensis. Small, strange, with curved finger and toe bones like a climber's, mixing features from ancient and modern humans in a way that shouldn't exist. Another separate people, evolving in isolation, doing just fine, until, like all the others, they were suddenly gone. So there it is. 6 kinds of human. And only one is reading this. Why us? The easy answer is that we were the smartest. But that answer falls apart the moment you look. Neanderthals had bigger brains. Denisovans conquered the roof of the world. Homo erectus survived for 2 million years. We haven't managed a fraction of that. So it wasn't raw intelligence. What set us apart was harder to see. We connected. We didn't just live in groups. We built networks. Tools, ideas, and knowledge flowed between distant bands of strangers. When one group learned something, it didn't die with them. It had already traveled 100 miles away. So when the climate turned and whole regions became death traps, we weren't trapped with a single strategy in a single place. We could borrow, adapt, and move. But let's be honest about the rest of it. A lot of it was luck. Being in the right place with enough people at the right moment. We were not destined to be the last ones standing. We just were. Here's the part worth sitting with. The other 5 weren't rough drafts of us. They weren't failed attempts on the way to becoming human. They were human. Each one a different, complete way of being a person in the world. Homo erectus outlasted us many times over. The Neanderthals endured ice age after ice age. The Denisovans are almost invisible and still alive inside our blood. For 99% of the human story, the family tree was full of branches, a whole crowded, thriving family. And then, one by one, the branches went bare, until only one was left. You're standing on it. The strange, lonely, extraordinary fact of your life is this. You are what's left of a family that used to be so much bigger. We didn't win because we were the best. We won because we're still here. And now we're the only ones who remember any of them at all. All the studies and discoveries are linked in the description.